What's up, guys? Garrett with SelfTaughtDev. Today we're looking at some more of your resumes. If you do some of your resume, it's probably going to be put in a resume review video at some point, assuming I have feedback for it. If I don't have feedback for it, that just means, or if I don't put it in a video, that just means I didn't have any feedback for you, and it's a pretty good resume. Or at least I don't see anything to correct. Oh, another thing, if you do some of your resume, make sure it's in PDF format, because I get some resumes in like .docx or whatever Microsoft Office's format is, and I'm hoping it's because it's in that format, but I'll open it up and it just looks god-awful, the formatting, and I'm hoping that's just because it's in that format and not in PDF format, and not that the resume actually looks like that, because if it does, then I can see why some people aren't getting jobs. And then also PDF format makes it easier to at least attempt to redact information like I'm doing here in Photoshop. So send it in PDF format if you can, if you please. Also make sure you're applying to jobs with your resume in PDF format as well, just to make sure the formatting is consistent. That's an important thing too. So first one up here is Osama's. Off the bat, doesn't look too bad. When we zoom out like this, like it's very aesthetically pleasing. It's organized pretty well. The biggest thing I have with this is the formatting on the left side over here. That's where the aesthetically pleasingness gets kind of off. The alignment is just completely jacked up. Like this paragraph is off to the left. Let me zoom in on this a little bit more so you guys can see better. But yeah, this paragraph's like a few pixels away from the side. I'd like try to keep it in line with this stuff at least. Like make sure you have a defined left margin. And then when we get down here to the projects, like the text in the sub or like the description of the projects, that's not consistent at all. Like this is left indented more. That's super tabbed over. This languages isn't in line with that languages or this languages, and same with this one. I just don't understand what's going on with the formatting down here. I might try, actually I guess as long as the text is all the same color. Well, I don't know if it's the same color actually. Like looking at the bullet points over here, like that shade of gray looks like it might be different from this shade of gray. I might just change that to 000 black, just to make sure like it's probably not gonna be like a issue for somebody who's like visually impaired, but like you might as well make it like max contrast on that. And then also your apps, like they look pretty cool, like C++, OOP concepts, HTML, CSS, vanilla, JavaScript. Throw those up somewhere. Even if it's just like CodePen or Code Sandbox, put those apps on there, make that a hyperlink, put it on your GitHub so they can go play with the app, make sure it works, and see what your code looks like. Like you've only got projects on here, so I'm assuming you don't have any technical jobs yet. And when like the farther you get into your dev career, the less your portfolio and projects matter, and the more your job experience matters. Since I'm not seeing any job experience on here, I'm assuming you don't have a web developer job yet, or you haven't had one yet. So like link those up, put GitHub links on there. I'd probably build a portfolio and put that on there. Also, something I'm just noticing, the casing on this is completely capitalized, and it's not, I don't know what it's called, capital case? I don't know what it's called when you just capitalize the first letter of everything there, but like I'd keep those consistent too. Just like consistency and detail orientedness is important on your resume. And then your university stuff, that looks good. So good on that. Got your technical skills lifted out good. That's good. Soft skills, I don't really know if you need those on there. Like it takes up space, so I'd probably keep it, but like those are just buzzwords that like anybody can say on their resume. I'd probably have some examples of stuff to back these up, because like if you come into an interview and somebody's got those, I'd probably be like, hey, what's an example of where you have good communication skills? Give me a scenario. Because people, like I said, people can just put that on their resume and not have it. And then hobbies, I don't know if you need that on there or not, but nah. Overall, not too bad. Just clear up the formatting over here, make sure the stuff's consistent, build a portfolio, put your projects up on CodePen, Code Sandbox, something like that. And yeah, on to the next one. John's, so John's wasn't looking too bad either. It's with the color again. So like this is like 000 black, and then the title and your technical skills and objective paragraph text is not the same color. And I don't understand what the difference in color there is for. Let's look at your portfolio actually. Yeah, it's linked up here. So yeah, I like your portfolio. A few things on this. These are clickable, so I'd probably make this, I'd do like the, what is it? Cursor pointer, I think. Yeah, just change your cursor to pointer when you're hovering over this, and that indicates that something is clickable along with the hover effect. And then when you're over this, it changes to like the highlightable text. So I'd add pointer events none to that text. So your cursor doesn't change to that eye when you hover over the text. Then you got a form. Does this work? Testing for video. Oh, powered by Cognito Forms. Is this WordPress? Let's inspect this. Font awesome. If this is WordPress, I'm less impressed, kind of, depending on what kind of job you're going for, actually. Sources, Webpack. It's got Webpack in there, so I doubt it's, yeah, node modules. Okay, that's not WordPress. But you got some plugin for that. That's cool. Portfolio. Okay, yeah, so you got your stuff linked up. You can go to that. You can see your project. You got like portfolio code. Oh, do you do design? You do multiple things. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you've got any design stuff you can link up, like logos or anything like that, I'd put that on there. Create. I don't know, like if you could have examples of any of that stuff, that'd be cool. Like, this is my designer. This is a portfolio I built for my designer friend's company. And if you go to work here, you have like all of his stuff where you can do the app, just the app UI stuff. Or if you do like logos, identity, his logo, dude, his logos are clean, super clean. Look at those. Is your portfolio responsive? Let's turn that on. Oh, we gotta look at the responsiveness a little bit. I don't know if that might clean that up a little bit. Converts to column layout. Those squishing pretty good. Yeah, I just kind of like mess with that because that part looks, I don't know. And maybe if you like it, keep it that way. I'm just more of like, I like center aligned stuff, but that's just my personal taste in a lot of things. Anyway, overall portfolio is not too bad. These two aren't particularly relevant if you're going for, I forget what you said in your email. Did you say you're going for specifically a dev job? I think you did. I think you said you're trying to get transition to the tech career. I'd get rid of these two right here and just focus more on those, probably expand that more and show off your design and code work more. Don't make this pop up in a modal. Have like thumbnails of your projects and just make them stand out more. And yeah, did we finish your resume? Yeah, I think the biggest thing I had on that was just make sure those colors are consistent. These personal projects, I'd try to lay those out in a better way. Like maybe add like a description and then like what skills you used or what technical skills you used on each one of those projects. I imagine they're mostly just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, or actually you don't have JavaScript listed up here. So maybe are you using like, what is Python's implementation in the browser called? I'm blanking on that right now. I feel like you had to have used JavaScript in one of these, huh? If they're interactive and they do cool stuff, right? Yeah, create your list. That's a link, okay. And then you have some like registration, which I'm assuming you're, okay. Yeah, so I'm assuming you're using JavaScript on this and then you got Python on the back end, handling like the authentication or that thing, right? So that's another thing, put JavaScript up there because need that on there. Looking to leverage my problem-solving skills and management, team building experience to transition to a career as a software engineer. Yeah, you are trying to go for software engineer. So yeah, clean up your portfolio, get rid of the adventure and the creator stuff. I don't feel like that brings a whole lot of value. I'd expand your portfolio, the code and the design stuff more. Education, 100 days of code, complete Python Pro Bootcamp. Automate the boring stuff with Python. So how'd you learn, what'd you go through to learn like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Did you do like, if you did like the free code camp certificate, web development certificate, put that on there? Or if you did Team Treehouse, like one of their tech degrees, put that on there? Or any other interesting stuff like that, I'd put on there. But this is kind of what I'm talking about, like it's with the consistency, like all the indentation is consistent across the work experience. You got periods at the end of all of these points. Overall pretty good resume. Just I'd adjust the color, maybe expand the personal project section a little bit if you have to like knock out a little bit of the work experience details, and maybe do that to kind of keep it on one page, or just tighten up the padding, margins, whatever, a little bit. Overall good resume though. On to the last one here, Brian. So let's zoom out so we get a full picture of this. It's a resume. I mean, did you say you're trying to get to a tech job? You have GitHub on here, so I'm assuming you're trying to get to a tech job, right? So we on like you've done sales before. You know you're trying to, or you say you've done sales here. So I'm assuming. You say you've done sales here, so you know the game. Like you're trying to present yourself or like market yourself in the best possible light. So yeah, I'd keep your volunteer work at the bottom, licenses and certifications. You got some good looking stuff in there. Skills, I'd probably move that up. Also, I think you said you were in Africa and I'm in the States, so take everything I say with a grain of salt because it might be different over there. I put skills at the top, employment history or education. I put that down at the bottom too. And then you do have like your GitHub, LinkedIn, and a little Tableau portfolio there. Let me pull that up real quick. What is this? Oh yeah, this is your portfolio? Wait, why is this not on your resume? I'd throw that on your resume. Like, I like the cool fade in effect that you got too. Like when you first load it, everything kind of like fades in, like opacity is 0 to 1. And then I'm assuming, I haven't really used this system a whole lot, but I'm assuming these are all like data analytic projects you built. I think that's what you said you were going for. Apprentice data engineer. I'd remove the apprentice because like you never know. Maybe they think maybe you think you're ready for like an apprentice data engineer role, but they think you're ready for like a full-on dev data engineer role. So I wouldn't like put that. Let them decide where you are and let the jobs you're applying for decide where you are and what you're going for. See, stuff like this, like hard numbers you can put in your resume in the bullet points, that is great stuff to have in your resume. For anybody else who's trying to like improve their own resume, hard numbers like that, super good to put in your resume. You got Codecademy done, nice. If they give you, I don't remember if Codecademy does it. If they gave you like a certificate or anything like that, I'd hyperlink that in there. And then new apprenticeship. Oh, so if you are an apprentice data engineer right now, I'd add that to your employment history too. Like even if you're not getting paid for it, I'd probably put that on there and like frame it as you're employed as a data engineer right now. Cause even if it's just like you're doing it on the side and learning, that's good work experience you can put on there. Makes you look more professional, like you know what you're doing. And since you were going for like tech jobs, I'd probably put command line Git and intermediate Python at the top and like the HSK level 5 spoken and written Mandarin Chinese at the bottom. I guess that's kind of just depending on like where you're applying though and like how relevant that is. Cause like to me in the States, like nowhere I'm applying, not many places that I apply, I don't think that would be relevant at. That's cool to have on in your skills, but like just the relevance of it. And yeah, you get like the licenses and certifications, if you can hyperlink any of that stuff up to like certificates or anything like that. Even if you have to like just scan the certificate and post it on like Google Drive and then just hyperlink to your Google Drive, which is an image of that certificate. I think that'd be cool or help to put on there. And then your volunteer stuff's like pretty cool too. I like that. And this might just be me, but I'd work on like the layout of it a little bit. Like to me, this just looks like another resume. While it's a resume and like that's what you're going for, I just kind of want to, like I like the layout of that better. Have like levels to it. Like maybe the employment and service history, education skills, maybe like make that a 2 or 4 pixels bigger. And you do have a lot of space on here, so I'd probably increase the spacing between there as well. Like the spacing between this and the next line looks super tight. Just help that stand out a little bit more. I don't know, just play around with like the design of it a little bit. Oh, you do have your certificates listed on your portfolio. So you just like grab those links and hyperlink those to on your resume. Yeah, you got a certificate from Codecademy. I'd put that on there. But yeah, that's about it for this one, guys. Hope you learned some stuff. If you do want me to review your resume, feel free to send it over. Make sure it's in PDF format. And if I have feedback, I'm probably gonna throw it in a resume review video. If I don't throw it in a review video or don't respond, just assume that that I didn't have any feedback for you, because that's probably what it was. Like if I look at a resume when I'm going through them, I went through like 5 or 10 today, and like there were a bunch that I was like, these are pretty good. I don't know if I have any feedback for them. But yeah, if you come hang out in Discord, talk tech with me or any of the other developers in there, link to that is in the description. If you can come ask questions on self.dev subreddit, link to that is in the description as well. If you learned anything on this, give me a thumbs up so you know I'm doing good stuff, and I will continue to make more videos like this. And I think that's, if you want to get my resume template, actually the one I used to apply for jobs before I had any technical experience, so just me, my projects and that kind of stuff, look in the description. I'll have a way you can get that sent to you in your email as well. And yeah, I think that's about it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace. Round 1.